What if the only thing standing between you and the life you dream about is self-confidence? Most people believe confidence comes after success. But the truth is, confidence is built long before success arrives. Today's lesson, inspired by the timeless philosophy of Jim Rohn, may completely change the way you see yourself. Many people spend years waiting to feel confident before taking action. But confidence doesn't appear first. It grows every time you do something that scares you. The more promises you keep to yourself, the more you begin to trust yourself. That's where real confidence begins. Ask yourself honestly, do you trust your own decisions? Or do you constantly wait for someone else's approval? The answer to that question may explain why you've been holding yourself back for so long. One powerful lesson inspired by Jim Rohn is this: work harder on yourself than you do on your job. When you improve yourself every day, confidence stops being something you chase. It becomes part of who you are. Imagine two people with the same talent. One believes in himself, the other doubts every decision. After 1 year, their lives look completely different. The biggest difference wasn't talent, it was belief. Confidence isn't built by avoiding failure. It's built by surviving failure and continuing anyway. Every mistake teaches you something. Every challenge makes you stronger. Every setback prepares you for something greater. Here's a question for you. How many opportunities have you lost because you were afraid of what people might think? Fear of judgment has stolen more dreams than failure ever has. One timeless Jim Rohn quote reminds us, "Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune." The more you learn, the more capable you become. And capability naturally creates confidence. Stop comparing yourself to people who are years ahead of you. You're only seeing their success, not the struggles that built it. Focus on becoming better than you were yesterday, not better than someone else today. Real confidence grows quietly. It's built during early mornings, difficult decisions, and the promises you keep when nobody is watching. That's the kind of confidence no one can take away from you. The strongest people aren't those who never feel fear. They're the ones who refuse to let fear make their decisions. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's taking action despite it. That's where confidence is born. Look at your daily habits. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence grows. Every time you break that promise, your self-belief weakens. Confidence is built through integrity with yourself. Think about a child learning to walk. They fall hundreds of times, yet they never believe their failures. They simply stand up and try again. Somewhere along the way, adults forget this powerful lesson. Be honest with yourself. Are you afraid of failing, or are you afraid of being judged? Most people don't fear failure. They fear other people's opinions. The moment you stop living for approval, your confidence begins to grow. One lesson inspired by Jim Rohn teaches us that success is something you attract by becoming a better person. Build your character, your knowledge, and your discipline. Confidence will naturally follow. Every challenge you overcome becomes proof that you're stronger than you thought. Keep collecting those victories, no matter how small they seem. Small wins create unstoppable confidence over time. Imagine meeting the version of yourself who never gave up. How would they speak? How would they think? How would they handle problems? Start acting like that person today, even before you fully believe it. Confidence isn't about knowing everything. It's about believing you'll figure things out, no matter what happens. Trust your ability to learn, adapt, and grow through every challenge life brings. Ask yourself, what would you do today if you truly believed you couldn't fail? That answer reveals the life you've been too afraid to pursue. Don't let fear decide your future. Remember this, every confident person you admire was once uncertain, inexperienced, and afraid. The difference is they kept moving forward while everyone else waited for confidence to magically appear. Start stop waiting for the perfect moment. Confidence isn't created by perfect conditions. It's created by taking imperfect action again and again. Every step forward teaches you something that standing still never will. Your inner voice matters. If you constantly tell yourself you're not good enough, your mind will believe it. Replace doubt with better questions. Instead of saying, "What if I fail?" ask, "What if I succeed?" Think about the people you admire. They weren't born confident. They built confidence through thousands of difficult decisions, uncomfortable moments, and repeated effort. Their confidence is the result, not the starting point. Here's a question. How often do you talk yourself out of opportunities before you even try? Sometimes the biggest obstacle isn't the world around you. It's the conversation happening inside your own mind. One timeless idea, inspired by Jim Rohn, is that your philosophy shapes your life. Change the way you think about yourself, and you'll begin to change the way you act. Your beliefs create your behavior. Confidence grows every time you finish what you started. It doesn't matter if the task is small. Completing what you begin teaches your mind that you can be trusted. That's where lasting self-belief comes from. Imagine carrying a backpack filled with every compliment you've ever received, instead of every criticism you've ever heard. Which one do you carry every day? Your focus determines your confidence. Be honest. Are you comparing your real life to someone else's highlight reel? Social media rarely shows the failures, the doubts, or the sacrifices. Don't measure your beginning against someone else's success story. Real confidence isn't loud. It doesn't need to prove anything. It stays calm under pressure because it's built on preparation, discipline, and self-respect, not on other people's opinions. Today, make one promise to yourself. Stop speaking to yourself like an enemy. Become your own greatest supporter, because the relationship you have with yourself shapes every other part of your life. The quality of your confidence depends on the quality of your actions. If you consistently do difficult things, you begin to see yourself as a strong person. And once that identity is formed, confidence follows naturally. Every day gives you a choice. You can listen to the voice of fear, or you can listen to the voice of growth. One keeps you comfortable. The other changes your life. Which voice are you following today? A person who trusts themselves doesn't need constant reassurance. They know mistakes are part of the journey. Instead of fearing failure, they see every challenge as an opportunity to learn and improve. Think about this for a moment. What would happen if you spent the next year believing in yourself instead of doubting yourself? How different would your decisions be? How different would your life become? One lesson inspired by Jim Rohn teaches us that we become the average of the influences around us. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, doubt becomes normal. Choose environments that encourage growth. Confidence grows when your actions match your goals. If you say health matters, exercise. If you say learning matters, study. Every aligned action strengthens the trust you have in yourself. Many people spend years trying to impress others while secretly disappointing themselves. Stop chasing approval. Focus on becoming someone you can respect when you look in the mirror. Ask yourself honestly, are you living according to your values or according to other people's expectations? True confidence begins when you stop seeking permission to be yourself. The more responsibilities you handle, the more confidence you build. Responsibility forces growth. Growth creates competence, and competence is one of the strongest foundations of self-confidence. Remember this, confidence is not something you find, it's something you build. Every courageous decision, every disciplined action, and every challenge you overcome adds another brick to that foundation. No one is coming to give you confidence. You earn it by keeping your promises, facing your fears, and refusing to quit. Every small victory becomes proof that you're capable of more than you once believed. Imagine yourself 1 year from now. Will you be proud that you took action today, or will you regret waiting for the perfect moment? The future is shaped by the choices you make right now. Here's a question. What dream have you buried because you believed you weren't good enough? Maybe the problem isn't your ability. Maybe you've simply underestimated yourself for far too long. One timeless Jim Rohn quote says, "Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better." The moment you stop asking life to become easier and start becoming stronger, your confidence begins to rise. Confidence isn't pretending to be fearless. It's believing that no matter what happens, you'll learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. That mindset is stronger than talent, luck, or perfect timing. Every chapter of your life has prepared you for this moment. The failures taught you lessons. The struggles built resilience. The victories proved your potential. Nothing you've experienced has been wasted. So before this video ends, make one decision. Believe in yourself enough to take the first step today. You don't need to see the whole path. You only need the courage to take the next step. If this message inspired you, don't let it end here. Apply one lesson today and keep building your confidence one decision at a time. Subscribe to Inspired by Jim Rohn for more timeless lessons on success, discipline, and personal growth. Until next time, keep growing and never stop believing in yourself.